No. What are you doing? What? Huh? You said the camera's on. What do you mean the camera's on? Oh, hey! Good morning. Yeah. Day 10 something or other. And like every stupid day in this city, it's raining out. Damn it! I know, Kitty, I wanted to go outside today. I'm getting cabin fever. I know. So I want to thank you guys, for taking part in the Q&A yesterday. And because you guys seemed to like it, I'm going to do that every Sunday from now on. Like I said, and I keep saying all the time, Sundays are my slowest day for everything. So that'll give me something to do on Sundays now. So if you guys want to ask me questions or anything like that, feel free to leave them down in the comments. It doesn't matter when they are. For my Q&A Sundays, I'm going to be going back a week to the last Q&A because you guys actually posted a lot of questions yesterday. So I will be getting to those on the Q&A on Sunday. And if there's a lot of questions, that's fine. I'll just make a longer video because yesterday I had my 15-minute upload limit lifted. So now, as long as my video is under 2 gigs in size, I can upload as long of a video as I want to. Victory for being awesome! And Sky just fell into the sink. Sky, what are you doing? What was that? Come here. You're funny. You're so silly. Here's a little off topic here, but I'm sitting here and I'm watching some programs. This one here is called Cosmos. It's a 1980s program from Carl Sagan. It's basically a 12-13 part series, about an hour each episode, and it basically covers the universal history and sciences and stuff like that. And he just said something in here that I found incredibly intriguing and had to share. Now right here you see it's got 12 months, January to December. Now up here he's got the universe's history set up in months, right? So it's 15 billion years, which is around the same amount of time in seconds that there are in each year. So at the very first second of January 1st is the Big Bang, and at the very last second of December 31st is where we are. Basically, he said that within this time frame, like this being the Big Bang here and this being us down here, our solar system formed in August, right here. Our entire civilization and our entire history and our entire planet of human beings and just life as we know it occupies the last 45 seconds of the year. That's it. Our entire 500,000 years of existence only covers the last second of the whole year in cosmic time. Like that just blows my mind. Like, here's another thing. Okay, our universe is only 15 billion years old. 15 billion years old. Now you think about that time scale. Okay, you think about the amount of time it takes for our planet to evolve, the amount of time it takes for solar systems to evolve, the amount of time it takes for a star to create, the amount of time it takes for the gases to condense to make that star, and then also you need to factor in the time it takes for those gases to be compressed and cooled enough in order to create those stars. Yet, we as a society spend trillions of dollars a day. Our universe is 15 billion years old, but we spend trillions of dollars a day. That's all about perspective. People don't think about perspective anymore. They...
For making food. (1159–35). Settled agricultural communities evolved into the first cities. We humans appear on the cosmic calendar so recently that our recorded history occupies only the last few seconds of the last minute of December 31st. In the vast ocean of time which this calendar represents, all our memories are confined to this small square. Every person we've ever heard of lived somewhere in there. All those kings and battles, migrations and inventions, wars and love, everything in the history books happened here, in the last 10 seconds of the cosmic calendar.
Oh, I was off a little bit. Sorry.
We on Earth have just awakened to the great oceans of space and time from which we have emerged. We are the legacy of 15 billion years of cosmic evolution. We have a choice. We can enhance life and come to know the universe that made us, or we can squander our 15 billion year heritage in meaningless self-destruction.
Amen, brother.
The first second of the next cosmic year depends on what we do, here and now, with our intelligence and our knowledge of the cosmos.
Amen, brother. Amen. You may be from the 70s and have a really bad haircut, but goddamn, you can speak, man. Ah, Carl Sagan for the win. Well, now to change topics a little bit. Some of you were pretty curious as to my little story yesterday about when I left the hospital and went out west to my buddies to make lots of money. Well, pretty much what I did is that he had a job offer for me when I got there, and he said I could stay with him until I got on my feet, blah blah blah, usual story. And he used that to get me released from the hospital. So the hospital had high hopes. They gave me medications and all that to take with me, and gave me a plan and a route to take, and make sure I go to see counseling and stuff like that. Now keep in mind, this was just after I had finally decided to quit doing all the drugs and the partying and everything. So I get to Edmonton, and he picks me up at the airport, and before he even said hi, he handed me a pipe. And in that pipe was a rock of crack cocaine. The guy completely lied to me. Completely lied to me. The place that he said I could stay at also it was a one-bedroom apartment with 12 other people living there. That was the first red flag. Well, actually, that would be the second red flag, seeing he handed me a crack pipe the second I landed. So we get back to their place. I had to sleep against the wall in the corner because there was nowhere else to sleep. And I had to use my suitcase as a pillow. Make a long story short, they were still into the partying, and the job he offered me was a cooking job in a kitchen where I made $7 an hour. That's how quickly, remember I said yesterday, that's how quickly my life can change. One day, I'm in a mental hospital. The next day, I'm flying first class across the country with the promise of thousands of dollars in my pocket. And the day after that, I'm smoking crack. That lasted for 3 months. And when it was all said and done, I had lost everything. Everything. I had lost all my personal possessions. I had lost all my friends and family. And when everything finally crashed and burned for me, I had to move back to my mother's. And that's when I got put into rehab. And I spent quite a long time there. And my buddy that brought me out there, I have not spoke to since. This guy was the guy I grew up with, the guy I would consider, I would have took a bullet for this guy. After that, grant you, I have my own issues. I could have said no. I could have easily just turned it away. But he knew damn well the type of personality I had and how easily influenced I could have became. And he took advantage of that. And he took advantage of me. And he took advantage of my life. And I'm just as much to blame because I allowed it to happen. I try not to blame him for it all. But I mean, I'm human. You know, doing that is just part of my nature. But, you know, I try to take it in strides and realize that, you know, I can make my own decisions. I could have said no. So, I mean, I'm as much to blame for that whole situation as anybody else. So there you guys go. That's the story. It goes on pretty long from there. That was pretty much the beginning of my road to recovery. That right there, losing everything and losing my friends and family and all that, that was the final straw for me. That was finally broke the back for me. So yeah, a little insight into my past. I know you guys like it when I talk about things like this because I know a lot of people find it very intriguing and informative. So yeah, I'll probably be popping in and out of the stories here and there from time to time, because I try not to talk about them too often, because like I said before a couple days ago, I have a tendency of letting those things kind of get to me, so I try to avoid them as much as possible. Well, not avoid them, I just try not to let them sink in. So that'll be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And remember, all the links are down below. WiseAssNews, Minecraft, Facebook, Twitter. Remember to subscribe, all that great stuff. Comment, favorite, like, blah, 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 blah. You guys know it all. Stay strong, stay wise. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.